Well, good morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all doing? So it's a Wednesday morning. Not too early. It's coming up on 9 o'clock. I go on shift at 10 these days, so that's no worry. But it's Williams Wednesday. Of course, you know, Wednesday is Williams Wednesday. I don't know why more people don't understand this, but that's okay. I still like it. But anyway, we're going to grab us a little shave here. It's a nice balmy, about 35 degrees outside. And I realize there's parts of the world where 35 degrees is shorts and t-shirt weather. But in Louisiana down here, it's not. Wind was blowing last night at work and it was getting cool, and I like cold weather myself. Fuzzy's got plenty of insulation, but it was pretty cool. We're gonna go out and do it again today. I think the high is supposed to be somewhere around 40. Then it'll trail back off this afternoon and back in tonight. So just typical stuff around here sometimes. We get about 10 minutes of cold weather here, there, and yonder. About 10 minutes of winter, we call it around here. I'm not even sure we get 10 minutes some years. But anyway, so we're going to use our homemade Williams shave stick here. It's starting to wear pretty low. I keep saying I'm going to make another one, and I keep not doing it. But I think I'm going to have to get around to making another one, because I do like having one around. So the shave stick, we're just going to dampen the end of it. We did our prep of wiping our face off with a rag there. We're going to rub the soap on. Be sure we get plenty of it on. Last time I don't think I put quite enough, and it's wasn't as much fun. There we go. I'd like to say thank you to a couple of new folks that have subscribed since the last video. I've noticed I got a couple of notifications while I'm at work that I had some new subscribers. That's always fun to, when you're making videos, to have new people show up and subscribe. Lost a few subscribers I saw. Not sure what I did for that, but whatever it was, I'm sorry. Alright, so we're going to use our Ever Ready 650 PB, which was originally a pure badger brush. And I've got a finest little Chinese knot in it, finest badger. It turned out to be a really nice brush, especially since it's so inexpensive. And I didn't set it real deep, as you see, but it's been a really nice brush. It's got enough backbone to do the job, and it's soft enough to feel really good. It didn't take too long to get it broke in and the badger funk out of it. That's a good thing. Wasn't as funky as the Chinese horse brush. I've talked about that before. That was one of the funkiest brushes. Getting it broke in and getting the funk out of it, that was one of the worst I've ever had. But it's turned into a pretty good brush too. Alright. Add a little more water. It's modern Williams. You got to go by feel. It seems like some days it wants a little more water than other days. I'm not a huge fan of just absolutely using a ton of water to start with. I know some people do, and it works for them, and you know, yahoo. But and you got folks that use the bowls. Like I've said before, I like bowls. I like using them for chili. Bowls are good for chili. I like the face lather to get soaked up. Alright, so we'll do a little painting here. Use a mixture of painting on and swirling on, and it works pretty good, I think. Alrighty, so I put a new blade in the Schick F. I believe this was called the new improved when it was brought out. I'd have to check on that to be sure. I think that's right. But anyway, I put an actual Schick blade into the F this morning. I don't think the blade that was in it was bad yet. They go a long time. But I just felt like putting a new blade in. And when I feel like it, you know, I kind of do it. It's kind of like painting with Bob Ross. If you feel like it, paint it in there. Let's put a little happy little tree in. I saw a picture the other day of a Halloween cartoon or Halloween picture, and had a guy that was dressed up like Bob Ross, had the fro and the beard growing out and everything, and his wife was in a tree costume. So it was Bob Ross and a happy little tree. Of course they were married, so it probably wasn't that happy, but anyway. And I was married for a little while, I remember. But anyway, there you go. Thought that was kind of funny. So the F, if you haven't got a chance to use one, is a very nice shaving razor. They're hard to find. I was lucky enough that a good buddy of mine gave me one. A real good buddy of mine gave me a Schick F because he thought I needed one. I'm okay with that. Maybe everybody needs one. I don't know. But he thought I needed one, so he hooked me up. We got through the first pass there, which of course the first pass is with the grain. Notice how that brush holding on there to the lather, that spreads it out really well. Good old modern Williams going on here from a shave stick. I found that, of course, I think Williams works fine anyway. I don't, you know, modern, vintage, whatever. But some people that have had problems lathering Williams have said that they had better luck with it after it was graded. And they would grade it down into a mug or a cup or something and use it that way. You could also add a little scent to it when you do it that way. That's not a bad thing. If you're gonna go and mix it with Arco or mix it with VDH or mix it with this or mix it with that, don't molest the Williams. There's no need in all that noise. None of that nonsense. Nonsense. Well, you just find the way it is. You can't drive a stick. Don't blame the clutch. Otherwise, don't blame the tools if you can't use them. There's nothing in the world. I've got buddies that have hard water that use Williams. I've got buddies that have soft water that use Williams. And it works just fine. And as you saw today, nice, stable lather. And this is Baton Rouge water, which I don't know exactly how hard it is, but it's certainly not as soft water as we have back home in Mississippi out in the country. Can't tell I'm a country boy, can you? Anyway. So don't molest the Williams. Now add a little bit of scent to it, I don't figure that's molested. So when you grate it down, when you go to pack it back into the bowl or whatever, you add a little moisture to help it pack down. And if you add a little, aftershave in with it and pack it back down, it seems to do a pretty good job. I've had that work. Sometimes with soaps like Old Spice, if I want it to be Old Spicier, because the vintage Old Spice soaps don't really have any scent anymore. None of the ones I've used anyway. So I'll take some little Old Spice and I splash on top of it as I'm working up my lather, and you get that nice Old Spicy. Now, I still say scent has absolutely nothing to do with performance, but I do understand that scent is nice for the shave and, you know, the experience and everything, and mostly that's what you're after. I haven't decanted my witch hazel into my little sink top here, so it's coming straight out of the bottle. And again, like I said the other day, this time I picked up some Dickinson's. I usually just get whatever the generic store brand is. And but I was somewhere and this is what they had, so that's what I got, and it works great. So we'll go back and do a little cleanup pass here along the jawline. Remember, if you're having problems, text will get back to you in a minute. if you're having problems with like a jawline, you can always pull the skin up, stretch it up. Skin stretching is always a good thing anyway. We'll get under here. And for folks that just subscribed or just ran across the channel and haven't heard me say it, I do realize that when I do my cleanup pass, it's pretty much a whole nother pass, and we're gonna get up around the goatee here. But you know, let's face it, we're all here to shave, so getting an extra pass out of it's not gonna hurt anybody's feelings, I don't think. Not that I know of. Alrighty, there we go. A nice little 2-pass, a strong touch-up pass. How's that doing for you? Doing good for me. Boy, it's a nice shave to start the day off. Before I get in the uniform. And blast off. Alrighty. Getting ahead of myself there. Gotta kind of wash off the... So there we go, the Schick F. Very nice. You know, they only made them for like 1 year. I haven't memorized the history, but it was just before World War II, and of course when World War II started, you didn't have the aluminum to, you know, to make razors. They had other things they needed the aluminum for, like airplanes, things of that nature. So anyway, it's a beautiful razor. This one I don't polish. I kind of like the patina look on it. Like most of my razors, I don't polish them up. Some of the silver ones I do, but most of them I don't. And it's got a nice, it looks like it would be really hard to hold on to. It's really not. It's a nice, comfortable shave. And I used a genuine Schick injector. I have no idea how old these are. They may not be very old. They came with some razors and stuff that I picked up off the eBay. And this little, if you're looking to re-knot or refurbish a brush and want to put a inexpensive good knot, Jayara put me on to Virginia Sheen on eBay, and this is a little finest. It wasn't very expensive. I don't remember how expensive it was, but it wasn't very expensive at all. And this is also one of the Virginia Sheen. This is a little horse brush here, and both of them are done really well. They're inexpensive. They look really nice. It's a really nice refurb when you get finished with it. So to finish things up today, we're going to put on a little Indiana Jones aftershave. And if you wonder why you call it Indiana Jones, if you've never used the Special Reserve, this stuff is awesome sauce in a bottle. A lot of the Pinaud stuff is. And this one certainly ranks there. But this has got that old smoky leather jacket, cigar feel to it. You know, riding a motorcycle around and, I don't know, outrunning mummies and Nazis. So, you know, that kind of scent. So I've heard it called Indiana Jones, and I stole it and adopted that saying for myself. Happens, you know, sue me or something, whatever. Alright, well, it's time for me to get ready for work. Hope y'all are all having a good day on Wednesday. Hope you partake. Remember, if you're into the single edge and the injector razors and you want to know more, there's a ton of information and some really good people over at the Original Safety 2, that's the number 2.com. I'll see if I can get that into the description today. I think I forgot on the last couple of it. But anyway, whatever. Come over and see us. That's all we do is single edge and injector razors. Everything else is unmentionable because, you know, that's just kind of how we are. Well, I'm going to bundle up and go out and, not really bundle up, but I am putting on a couple of extra layers today. Go out and make my day at work and pay a few bills. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're paying your bills and staying warm wherever you are. Have a good day. Happy shaves.